I'm Swapnil. My profile was what we call a JAM profile in India. It's General Engineering Male profile. Um, it's always an uphill battle for this profile in India, considering the number of general engineering male that graduate each year. I had 4 years of experience, the average experience that all the good MBA universities have. It generally ranges from 3 to 7 years in good universities. So I kind of had that much experience. I took GMAT a year before I was planning to apply to the universities, and my score was 710 in GMAT with domination in quant. I had like 15 quant out of 51. Um, and 35 in verbal out of 51. So um, I had a pretty decent GMAT that really helped in making a strong profile, making a strong brand of myself. I took IELTS right after GMAT because most of the universities require that we take an exam in English as a second language exam. So I decided upon IELTS, and my score was 8 bands. um, my undergrad CGPA were 8.59 on a scale of 10, and I did publish a research paper in an international journal. Um, I think what distinguished me from other applicants was my application essays and the recommendation letters, because um, I had studied the application process in detail and knew how important these two things were. In fact, these were the only control factors that I had for my application once I was done with the exams. So I had enough time to work on essays because, as I said, I had taken the exam like 1 year and 2-3 months before the application process starts. So I had enough time to do my research, and I spent plenty of time with my recommenders as well on what skills I wanted to highlight and how much in detail I wanted them to go. So I spent plenty of time revising those application essays. I handed them out to several relatives and acquaintances for review. I also got it reviewed from a connection that I formed on GMAT Club. So there are clubs for each test takers. We had this GMAT Club. I used it to my advantage and formed some connections. I gave my essays to them for review. And because she didn't know me personally, she provided amazing feedback on how I was missing several things, and that's that I believe was a crucial factor because when I came in here, I asked the MBA director who took my latest interview that why I was selected, and then I was given the answer that my interview was in the range of average to decent, but the application essays and the recommendation letter were the part where which really put weight on my application. I'm in a fully funded MBA program, so my tuition fees are waived, and in addition to that, I got a fellowship of 10 hour, for which I'm paid approximately $30 per hour. So this funding totally amounts to around about 45,000 US dollar per year. So the course is not heavy on financing, contrary to the popular MBAs. I think a balanced lifestyle can be maintained if you live off campus and are not a heavy drinker. So I guess it's really a light on financing these courses. If you live off campus, then it ranges from $425 to $700 a month. But because of the stipend, you get a monthly stipend of around about $1,200. So I think it's really a manageable thing. As an international in the USA, it's always difficult to find an internship or a job. Um, that said, there are plenty of MBA internships available. Most of the companies have this requirement where they hire MBA grads for the internship positions. Um, the process is more about finding right connections and making effective use of available resources than blindly making applications. Um, when I came here, I contacted several international students and um, asked them how they proceed with their applications for internships. And the average feedback was that you make connections with people and then do the online application and ask them for referrals. Um, that's what I have been doing, and most of the responses that I have got for interviews were from direct connections and not from making an online application. So um, I would say making connections is essential for MBA students. It might not be that much essential for the MS students, as it's a more of a technical course, and um, they can apply online and then do the coding and online rounds, and that might differentiate themselves. But as I talk with international students, I learned that on average it takes around 200 to 300 applications to land on an interview itself. So the state is not to scare anyone. It's just pretty normal that you have to work hard to land an internship or a job. MBA is pretty general program. You can customize it as you want. You can. We have several specialization in our field that we can take. So um, for my university, we can. It's pretty flexible. I can take 3 courses of 3 credits and create a custom specialization myself. Um, the critical thing is to make a decision before starting applying. So for the MBA program, there are leadership programs where you can apply, and then the companies offer the rotational leadership program where they rotate you through several functions, and then it prepares you to become a general manager. Also, if someone is interested in specific area of management, then they can do that as well. So MBA is pretty general, and you can make your way to any career. That's the most critical part. So I'm in the non-STEM MBA program, so which means that I only get 1 year OPT, which is a practical training period after my graduation. So companies do ask that if you require sponsorship or not. And I did talk with a recruiter who said that they do filter candidates who require those kind of sponsorship. Apart from companies that regularly hire tons of internationals, companies are reluctant to hire internationals. For internships, we have to apply for CPT programs, which is curricular practical training as well. So those are approved by the university. So those are kind of easy to get, but the post graduation OPT period has to be approved by the USCIS, which is the authority for higher education, and sometimes those approval takes time. So once you find a company, they go lengths to keep you in status, but they are reluctant to hire international because if you are going to train people for 6 months and then they'll leave for after a year because of the visa restriction, then they are paying a large amount on that. So that's a tough question. um, for me, the best part of the course is the faculty and the MBA support staff. Um, they have been phenomenal and extremely kind. It's totally different experience from what I had back in India. I can talk to them about any of my problems, and they are always on my side, helping me to solve those problems. Professors really want students to learn things. Um, it's not at all about getting a score. It's all about learning. There's no constant pressure to score. Professors go to extremes to accommodate students' learn needs. That is something that makes my experience worthy. I also choose the program because of the compact and boutique MBA program that Eisenberg MBA is. I always wanted a small program with a small class size so that I can converse with everyone and learn from their experiences. Our class size is 38, which is very suitable for peer learning that MBA demands. And the MBA program is quite diverse. We have people from different ethnicities, different countries, and uh, they are from different professions as well. We even have medical doctors in our program, so that really what makes the program different from other programs. There were small hiccups during the application process, but overall it was smooth. So I made a timeline of things. So I knew that the application process starts generally in September, and so I had to be ready with my application essays and the recommendation letters by then. So I completed the test in June, giving me 3 solid months to prepare for the first round of application. The one problem that I had was that I was working full time, and it was a 6 days a week job, which meant that I did not have much disposable time available for me to work on those applications. So it was kind of hard to work on applications on Sundays, sacrificing your personal time. Um, I used to set my goals each week on how much I want to proceed on my application essays, and try to follow them. I was not always successful, but I was able to make it at the right time. The other thing was getting feedback. It was critical to get feedback on the essays, um, and for which, as I mentioned, I distributed those essays to several people, including my relatives and some acquaintances. Coordinating with them was difficult, but provided that I had 3 months, it was a smooth process. Let's see. So hopefully I'll be interning with a quasi-governmental agency in the USA for the summer. So if I get a full-time offer from that agency, that would be great. Otherwise, my plans are to start applying for rotational leadership programs uh, from June, which gives me a chance to. The rotational leadership program basically gives me a chance to rotate through several functions, and that's an elevated career path to upper management. I have sorted some companies that have this rotational leadership programs, but if I'm going to enter into a rotational leadership program, that would be in India, because for entering in a rotational program in USA, you require a US citizenship or a green card. So basically, my plan is to get into rotational leadership programs. I would say this time, the time that has been provided by Corona can be utilized to utilize effectively to make your applications greater. Um, some of the universities have also gone on and extended their application periods, and I just read yesterday that even Kellogg Northwestern University has uh, given GMAT waiver to students who are not able to provide GMAT results because of this COVID-19 thing. So that's a great opportunity. But um, I I would, if I'll be applying as an international student, I would want to make sure that the university will continue the in-person learning in 2019 in the fall, because if the university goes remote for 2020 fall semester as well, then it doesn't really makes sense to pay the fees that they demand from the international students. So uh, I would want to ensure that the university is planning to go in person classes, because the campus provides different environment. It's a different experience altogether. So uh, and if you are planning to apply to US universities, the peer network is the most critical aspect of getting a job or an internship. So I would say start networking with people even before you come to the USA, so that you have enough connections to apply when you are in the USA.